All right, friends, welcome to the Torch Report. Luke Throop here, going to take you through some fascinating news, some stuff that you may not have heard about because it's getting buried under the headlines, but what's actually happening is no laughing matter. This is not a joke. Before I jump into that, I want to throw a shout out to our sponsor, theflameusa.com. Theflameusa.com is spreading truth like wildfire. They are printing truth in printed newspapers, so you can take it and pass it out, leave it on a coffee shop table, hand it to somebody in line at the grocery store. In the age of digital censorship, the need to be able to get the truth out there in a way that cannot be censored is vitally important. So go check out theflameusa.com today, theflameusa.com. Check them out. Now, back to today's podcast. I'm not sure if you caught it, but in the article, by the way, friends, every day I do a ton of research. I write nice articles that have lots of links in it. All these links are in here, and it's so that you can do your own research for yourself if you have the time and you're inclined to do so. So the truth you can trust isn't truth that you have to take my word for. I'm putting it out there. The links are out there. And what I'm talking about here is the fact, what's so laughable is the fact that top Democrats are still supporting Biden for, what's so laughable is the fact that top Democrats are still supporting Biden for a 24 run for re-election. It's insane. Majority Whip Dick Durden saying, "Oh, we strongly support Biden. He's doing well given the enormous challenges he faces." According to Durbin, Biden is performing at the highest levels. I mean, this guy is the supremely vital leader that we need in these very tumultuous times. But never mind that. What I really wanted to point out in this absolute insanity here is that there's this issue about fundamentally transforming America and using these tools to do so. This is to issue in Future Earth and silence dissent using artificial intelligence that can then deploy algorithmic solutions. And artificial intelligence deploying algorithmic solutions means that the computer will, assess what is a profoundly undemocratic language that doesn't need to be out there because it might foment hate. And so the artificial intelligence, which Google just came out recently and said, the Google engineer came out and said, "Hey, it's sentient, man," and the computer thinks it's a person, and they got me convinced, right? But they're going to take down the information before it ever gets to you. So you go, "Oh man, I got this great information, I'm going to send it out there," but artificial intelligence, I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie Lawnmower Man back in the day, but when the guy's in the computer and he's trying to get out, it's going to be like that, trying to get the word out. That's really important to know. Now, mind you, what I saw here was that the White House is set to tackle online harassment, abuse with a new task force. Oh, that's great. It's because of the Pride Month, and the new White House is going to combat online harassment and abuse because it disproportionately affects the LGBTQ plus crowd and women and minorities, and that's just not okay. So the Attorney General Merrick and the Surgeon General Vivek Murthy are going to be in on it, and they're going to do this. So this is interesting because it comes after they were going to shut down the Disinformation Government Board. Oh, we're going to suspend that. We're not going to do that. By the way, friends, when they talked about dismantling the Disinformation Governance Board, I wrote this article, episode 120, How to Read a Head Fake, saying, don't buy it, man. It's not an actual victory. They're just doing a back-end maneuver into the end zone because they want to use the artificial intelligence, the digital censorship. And mind you, that's actually already being used. It's being used by the World Health Organization, artificial intelligence and social listening to inform policy, okay? World Health Organization, and they're talking about using this because of the infodemic, right? It's all these infodemics. So it's this plague of misinformation that's really throwing a wrench in the spokes of the global cabal here. So when we see that the White House is going to tackle online harassment, you know that they're going to do it. How are they going to do it? They're going to do it with promoting artificial intelligence to address online harm. I kid you not. The FTC is now recommending Congress use great caution. Guys, if you're really going to try this algorithmic solutions using artificial intelligence to censor information online, you want to be careful about how you do that. Otherwise, you might get caught. The fact is they're probably already doing it. They just want to formalize it and make it okay. So they're trying to sell the idea to the useful idiots out there that are supported or supportive of the global surveillance state, social surveillance state. The globalist, socialist, surveillance state. Okay, so here's the memo on this, by the way. This memo from June 10th, 2021. So this is just last year. The Biden administration launched a national artificial intelligence research task force. Fascinating. Did you know that they had launched a national task force on artificial intelligence? And isn't it coincidental that just 1 year later, the Google artificial intelligence program thinks it's human? Fascinating. So we've got the Biden administration saying, hey, yeah, we're going to go and dump a bunch of money into researching artificial intelligence. And then we got Google blowing the whistle, coming out and saying, hey, by the way, this AI thinks it's human and we think it's sentient. So friends, as a side note, if you guys want to dig a little bit into the artificial intelligence being sentient as announced by the Google engineer, over at the Torch Report, if you go to the archive, episode 135 right here, the importance of believing impossible things. In this episode is the link. If you scroll down right here, Google engineer breached confidentiality, went public with the claim that artificial intelligence is now sentient. Go there. You'll find that the actual, where's it at? Right there. The lambda. Here it is. So that's how you can find and read for yourself the conversation that convinced the Google engineers that the artificial intelligence is, in fact, sentient. Got that? Okay. Here we go. Boy, that kid's eyes are freaky. Man, it's so disturbing. It's very, very disturbing. So just exactly how are they going to try to squeeze this in the back door, friends? In this case, we find a fact sheet, the memorandum of the White House task force to address the online harassment. Again, they're going to tackle the online harassment with the artificial intelligence, promoting AI to address it. And at the whitehouse.gov here, we find they're using the Reauthorization of Violence Against Women Act, and they're expanding that out so that it can include any violence or anything that would cause harm online. That's how they're doing it, friends. Not making it up, right there in front of your very own eyes. Strengthening the federal response to online harms. White House task force to address online harassment and abuse. Just remember, friends, they're doing this because maybe they're jealous. Maybe they're jealous that the artificial intelligence, the infodemics. Here, let's go here. This is a global plan because it's a global cabal. So UN.org, avoid the misinformation. This is the infodemic, okay? It's the plague of misinformation that's plaguing humanity. At any rate, friends, just pay attention because it's happening and it's happening fast. They're going to snatch the truth right out from underneath your nose. That is the Torch Report for today, friends. I just want to say one more time, go check out theflameusa.com. If you want to help the Flame USA spread the truth like wildfire, if you want to help support the Torch Report, go ahead and click that donation link down in the description there to support them getting those tactile tools out in the hands of patriots across the fruited plains. That's the Torch Report for today, friends. Until next time, stay curious.